Today's a day in the life is very special. Why special? Because we get to spend a day with a man who is about to go for his retirement, a teacher with 33 years of experience under his belt. He believes that teaching is not just a career, but a calling. It is a call to parenthood, to dignify and to respect students. Welcome to this show. Ensure you subscribe, share, and like. And this is Vision KE. I am your host, Shelmith Njogu.
My name is Nicodemus Kalugho Mwambela. I'm a teacher in this school. You are in Eastleigh High School. I've been here for 4 years, and part of my responsibility is being a deputy principal in charge of administration. Before I went to university, I taught, but now after university, I started teaching in Mombono Secondary School in Taita. Then for some 7 years, then I went to Dr. Agri, also in Taita for some 10 years. From there, I got transferred to Nairobi. I taught at Ruaraka High School for 6 years. And then I swapped with another teacher, went to Nile Road Girls for another 6 years. But now here, I've taught for 4 years.
Yeah.
So that will be a total of 5 schools I've taught. Officially 5 schools, but now I taught some other before I going to college.
Yeah.
They may come up to 7 maybe.
All right.
Yeah.
In total, how many years?
In total, from the time I got employed by TSC, I've taught for 33 years.
33.
Yeah, by August 24th, I'll have taught for 33 years.
Yeah.
In full, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So, did you always want to be a teacher growing up?
No.
How did you end up here?
I think it's a big, long story.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to be a teacher. In fact, I didn't even train as a teacher as such. But I trained, I went for a Bachelor of Science degree, specialized in physics and mathematics, and that was in Moi University. I graduated in 1990. That time, it was possible for you to graduate with a BSc and still be a teacher. In fact, they actually brought us forms to fill, TSC forms to fill, and that was even before we graduated. So as soon as you graduate, you are already posted. But me, I refused. I refused to fill the forms. Some of my colleagues filled their forms and they were posted immediately. Me, I didn't fill, and therefore I was not posted. So I decided to begin looking for other things to do.
Yeah.
But now it became a bit difficult because I think one of the things that I came to discover is that God wanted to direct my life so much.
Yeah.
And me, I was trying to look for my own ways, my own programs. I did not involve him. Even that time when I was refusing to fill the forms, I had not consulted, had not checked with God.
Yeah.
So from there, what followed was 2 years of hustling, not getting a job. I tried many things. I tried many things, but it was like I was blocked. I was hedged in.
Yeah.
I could not move forth.
Yeah.
I identified with a verse in Lamentation chapter 3, I believe verse 7, that says, "You have hedged me in, you have weighted me down with chains, I cannot go forth." And my whole interpretation of it was God had wanted to direct my path, but now I was running away.
Yeah.
So after 2 years, I spent some time now in prayer, real prayer, and I asked God, I'm ready to do anything you want me, as long as it is you guiding me.
Yeah.
And 2 days after that, now I got a clear direction. Now you can look for a job. I found 2 schools that did not have a physics math teacher. And that is how I became a teacher. So when I now started teaching, I just knew that it is God's direction that has brought me into this profession.
Yeah.
I had now to change my whole outlook, my whole world view. I now believe that God wanted me to be a teacher. So when I started teaching, now to me it was a calling, not just a profession. And for 33 years I've taught, I've enjoyed it, and I believe that I've been able to do my part to the Kenyan child.
That makes a good segue to the next question, because I wanted to ask, when did you realize that teaching wasn't just a job but a calling?
So me, it was not in the middle of teaching. It is actually before I began teaching.
Yeah.
Before I began teaching, that's when I now realized when I was getting the job I knew it is God who's directed me into that.
Yeah.
So everything I was doing in all the schools that I've taught was serious business. To me, I saw it as a calling. I'm teaching physics and maths, yes, but now there are many other extra things I was doing to shape my students who are my clients, and to be a blessing to them.
Yeah. What are those extra things?
Well, in the many schools that I've taught, maybe around 5 of them, in all the schools I've been Christian Union patron, starting with Mombono Secondary School, Dr. Agri High School. When I went to Ruaraka, I also became CEO patron. When I went to Nile Road, I became CEO patron. The only school I've not served as CEO patron is here, because I now have administration responsibility. I cannot take the two. But part of what I've been involved in is ministry to students, Christian ministry. I've worked closely with Kenya Students Christian Fellowship, KSCF, whose main business is reaching out to students. I've been an associate for many years. And together we've been able to organize things like rallies, things like camps, things like conventions. And so, because I was also reached out when I was a student by a CU patron, I felt like I was also plowing back. Because as a CU patron, you have to now interact with the students, help those who are weak, preach to some. And basically that is one way in which I believe I've been able to contribute to the Christian spiritual life of a student. What is that one memorable story that you remember of a student or students that you've helped through maybe their spiritual walk or anything that they were struggling with? Maybe the one which was fairly serious, which I may not divulge the name, but it was a student who got involved in the powers of darkness. You know, in her previous life, while she was still in primary, she got involved in devil worship. I'm not the one who led her to Christ, but even after she got saved, she was still having a lot of issues, because now you see, when you are in some kingdom and you transfer to a kingdom, they'll try to still want to reach you. And I personally think I was actually transferred to this particular school to be of ministry to that particular student. Once it was all over, I thought that it was God's direction that I had gone to that school, not just to help but also to learn. Because you see, the Bible says that we should not be ignorant of the schemes of the enemy. And that was, personally, I think that was the first time I was actually getting involved in helping a person who was very deeply involved in devil worship to be able now to begin living a normal Christian life. And I think that is one memorable thing I can point out in my life.
When I was thinking about this interview, I could not help but imagine the weight that comes with being trusted with young people. Teachers have such a big responsibility. They are like parents.
Teachers are parents. In fact, if you don't see yourself as a parent, chances are that you may not be effective, because especially now in today's world, we have kids who have very difficult backgrounds. I have taught, like now the 2 schools I taught in Nairobi, many of the students that were coming to school, some of them were coming from you know, these informal settings, informal estates, like Madare, and many of them would not even have a parental care. So when they come to school, other than the fact that maybe they don't even have food to eat at home, some of them don't even have parental care at all. Now you really have to come in, not just teaching your subjects, but also trying to help. I remember, for instance, a student in one of the Nairobi schools who didn't have, both parents died. So now, what now was left for him was either to go back to Shags and maybe just perish there, or stay in Nairobi, but now he needed help. That time as a class teacher, so I had to organize other teachers now to have a way in which we can keep this boy in school, pay the school fees, and also make sure that he has food to eat, because it was a day school. And so to us, now we were acting like parents. We had to be sure this person has eaten, this person has school fees, this person has clothing. I still remember that boy, very bright boy, when he was graduating. Later on he went to university, and when he was graduating, because he didn't have a father, a biological father, he actually called me to attend graduation, not as a teacher, but as his parent. So when I stood there, I was actually talking as a parent and not as a teacher as such. I'd have gone there with my role because I taught him mathematics. He got a clean A in mathematics. But now, because I had played the role of a class teacher, which now I took more, not just class teacher, but as his own parent.
Yeah.
So I could see that he really appreciated the gesture. And to this day, we still communicate. To this day, we still talk.
Yeah.
We still talk. And so I feel that as a teacher, you have to really go beyond being a teacher, being with a chalk in class and whatever, and blackboard rule and that. We have to go beyond so that we actually minister not just to the mind of the student, because yes, they come with blank minds, many of them. They want to be educated, but many of them come with issues of the soul. They want to be treated as kids, having maybe missed the parental care, having missed upkeep from home.
Yeah.
So they come to you and they are not seeing you as a teacher, but they are also seeing you as a father. And so those are some of the very touching moments I've gone through as a teacher, doubling up as a parent as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you teach physics and mathematics.
I teach physics and mathematics. Those are some of the tough subjects to the students, but there's a way in which you can make them interesting. If you don't just restrict yourself to the chalkboard and whatever, there's a way in which you can make it more interesting and learning become fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask this. How do you prepare for your students?
One of the things, and I really am really grateful because of the training I got. I said I was not trained as a teacher.
Yeah.
I was actually doing a Bachelor of Science. That was a general degree.
Yeah.
But now later on, when I got into teaching, I had to go back to college for 1 year. I did what we call postgraduate diploma in education.
Yeah.
Now, that is where I learned methodology. I learned that in mathematics, or even in physics, or even any subject that you teach, you don't just deliver content like that, like in lecture form.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have some way of in which you can interest the kids.
Yeah.
You can also vary stimuli. You can go with charts. You can even go with real objects that can help students be able to grasp. We came to learn that when a student is involved in the doing, they learn more than when they're just listening to you.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I learned, one of the great educational psychologists called Haber, he insisted that before you go for a lesson, you must prepare, very thorough preparation. You must know every stage, every minute of your lesson. What are you going to be doing? So that you are able to capture throughout the attention of the students, and then get them involved in the doing.
Yeah.
Don't just give them so much material and then you do not test how much they have been able to learn. So once you get involved in involving the students, you'll find that learning comes automatically. One of the classes I can cite is the class I found here. When I came here 2021, I found a class, it was form 2, I believe it was 2B. Form 2B. They were very chaotic. Number one, they would never sweep the class. They were noisy. Even when you are trying to teach, they are just raising their voices. They were completely chaotic. But with time, you see now, for enforcing discipline in the class and also making sure that you are getting the attention of individuals.
Yeah.
That class, when they reached Form 4, it became one of the top classes in terms of performance in mathematics. In fact, for a long time, A had not been scored in Isili High School. That student, I can still quote him today, is Molem. He's called Molem. He was the first person to get an A after very, very many years, A in mathematics.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that I personally believe is preparation. You have to prepare, you have to know before you go present materials, like now problems you're solving in class. Be sure that they are working. Be sure that your answers are correct, your methods are correct.
Yeah.
And you don't hit a snag during a lesson, because if you hit a snag during a lesson, that's the worst possible thing that can happen to a teacher. It shows that you are not prepared, it shows that you are not confident of what you are giving the students.
Yeah.
And once students are not sure with you, they cannot learn from you. But now once you inspire confidence that this teacher knows the stuff, this teacher knows his material, then they develop confidence in you. They come, they look for you when they have difficulties, and you are always solving mathematics.
Yeah.
And it's a joy when you see a problem solved and X has been found.
Yes.
That is the joy of a mathematics teacher. Yes.
I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Mathematics is one of my favorite subjects, top. There are different generations that have come, although I believe you've taught probably millennials and Gen Zs.
Yeah.
But they have different needs, or literally the employers these days, they talk about that the way Gen Zs behave at work, it's not the same with other generations that were before. How do you reinvent yourself as a teacher to ensure that you're speaking to each generation and you're preparing each generation according to the needs or according to the way the world is developing?
That will be a difficult question, but I think I would just say that, you see, we deal with generation at a time.
Yeah.
Like now, presently we are teaching the Gen Zs.
Yeah.
Because of my long period of teaching, I'm sure I've gone through maybe 3 different generations of students. You see a definite difference, actually. You see a difference because when I started teaching, we did not see some of this, like now the things that we are seeing today in Kenya.
Yeah.
You know, Gen Zs rising, opposing everything, opposing their parents, dismissing them completely, dismissing the government, dismissing everything. I have raised generations, rather than I've dealt with generations which were not like that.
Yeah.
But now with this particular generation of Gen Z, I think what really is required is for you to be able to give them the dignity. And that is one thing I learned as a teacher.
Yeah.
Everybody needs their own dignity. You do not dismiss a person.
Yeah.
Even if they are dull in class, there is something they are good at. And you must be able to dignify them.
Yeah.
Being like listening to them. You listen to them keenly, be able to know their strengths, and be able to interact with them as a human being.
Yeah.
I think much of the problem that we get with the present generation is when we talk from above. We look at them like kids, and therefore they don't know anything. And then they believe they have grown up in the computer generation, therefore they think they know more than we do.
Yeah.
They forget that we are the people who invented the computers. We are the people who invented the computer, so there's very, when you tell us that you know. But anyway, I'm saying that we must be able to.
Information does not equal wisdom. Information does not equal wisdom.
Does not equal wisdom. Yeah, information, you need to process it, convert it into knowledge, then when you are using it, it becomes wisdom. Yeah, but personally I believe even in your interacting with students of whatever generation, and I believe every other person, there must be some dignity you give to. As a teacher, you don't talk at people.
Yeah.
If you discover there's a weakness with a student, just make sure that you are able to interact personally with them. See how best you can help them without dismissing them that you are daft, you cannot learn anything. Just show them that you can learn. And I've seen students who had dismissed themselves. They knew from primary school I failed mathematics. I've been failing from Form 1 up to Form 4. I'm now about to do mock. I've been failing. But then when you just sit down and say, no, between me and you and the doorpost, you don't think we can do something to change that story, that narrative?
Yeah.
And when they discover that you believe in them, they come round and they are able to cooperate, and they're able to score something good for themselves.
Yeah.
So this generation,
Yeah.
I believe we need to talk. We need to talk.
Yeah.
We have some things to learn from them.
Yeah.
Also, they have things to learn from us.
Yeah.
Now, once we talk as a nation also, as a community, I believe we can get to solve a number of issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive, because most people have gone through. I have other stories with teachers where they were dismissed because they could not understand certain concepts in school. But you've also pointed at something else in that response about students that perform, but still you should dignify them.
Yeah.
How do you not, as a teacher, pick a favorite, those that are performing so well over others that are struggling, and to dignify them all, to equalize them all?
You cannot quite equalize, because people are not created the same.
Yeah.
And there's no way you can say that God has given this one and denied this one. If somebody is, say, very good intellectually,
Yeah.
chances are that they have weaknesses elsewhere.
Yeah.
And the one who does not catch things very quickly in class
Yeah.
also has other strengths elsewhere.
Yeah.
So that is why today the approach is mainly personalized learning.
Yeah.
You must be able to identify the character of each of your students and be able to give them that personalized learning and coaching.
Yeah.
Most teachers actually sometimes they make a mistake of concentrating only with the bright students, and then now leaving these other ones to float because they cannot catch up fast enough.
Yeah.
But dignifying means that you now identify that this person does not learn as fast.
Yeah.
So you can either maybe give them some extra lessons or maybe extra time, or even just call them. Like me, I would call sometimes a student who is struggling, he cannot learn with the rest. Tell them, come see me after class or during break. Let us go through these problems. And that way, once they feel that, okay, you are now believing in them, many of them would improve.
Yeah.
Not 100%. Some of them, mathematics is a big issue,
Yeah.
whatever you do, but many of them can catch up
Yeah.
if you give them personal teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've noticed that you're quite approachable. For the few minutes we've been here, I've noticed you're quite approachable.
Yeah.
How do you do that, even with your students?
And I think that one is even odd, because I'm a deputy principal. I'm supposed to be associated with disciplining. Yeah, so people are supposed to run when they see me.
Yeah.
But I realized, because even when I was coming to this school,
Yeah.
I was told that if you don't take drugs, you cannot manage in Isili High School. Because they associate this school with a lot of chaos, a lot of rowdiness. And that scared me a bit. So I have to take drugs for me to be able to operate in this school. But then I realized when you arrive here, you are dealing with the students. These people are normal students. They are normal students that you'll find it anywhere in the country. Many of them, of course, are of Somali origin, which is not my experience. I've taught mainly Mnywele Ngumu wherever I've been. But you come to realize that all the students are the same. Once you look at them and you see them as a terrorist, then they also are hostile. They become hostile because even your words can be able to tell that you are hostile.
Yeah.
You may say whatever you want to say, but they can always read that this guy does not like us.
Yeah.
But me, I tried to change that approach. I said, no, everybody, every student, they have been brought here by their parents. They want to learn. They have got some objectives. Why don't we look around and find how best we can befriend them? So me, I changed the approach. There's a time I was the only deputy principal, but now I changed the approach. I even would discourage teachers who would become too harsh to the students. I'd say, look, you must be able to listen. Even if you have to punish them, you punish them firmly, but still, first of all, get their story. Once you get their story, then now tell them, this is the school rules. This is what's supposed to happen to you when, for instance, you fight in school. We are supposed to suspend you for 2 weeks. You get them to see what they have done is wrong, and therefore now they are going to bear a punishment because of that. And once you show that you are listening to them, it is easy. It is easy because everybody wants dignity. Don't just kick a person and tell them, I don't want to see you, I do not want to see you, go away from this. You have not helped that person. Me, and I've seen people change. I've seen people change. Some of them were, in fact, there's one I was telling the other day. I am happy that at least you are finishing this school. I didn't think you will finish the school. And they are happy when you recognize that they have changed, they have turned around, they are now better behaved, they are now looking even smart. Once somebody is able to see that they have made a positive change, they are happy about it. But if you become draconian, all that you do is waving a cane and you want to chase around the students, they also react badly. And we've had cases of even students just rising against a teacher, demanding that they go out of the school. For me, I have tried to interact in a friendly way. Even when I get firm, it is firmness with fairness. And that is how I believe I've survived in this school.
So what has teaching, 33 years of teaching, taught you?
My 33 years of teaching, I've come now to believe teaching is a noble profession. Nobody will ever pay you for being a teacher. Nobody can pay you for being a teacher. It is only God who can pay you. But it's a noble profession because you are changing lives. An engineer can work on mechanics, but at some point maybe the machines have to fail. But when you are working on human beings, you change lives. You change lives, and once you change life, they are permanently changed. So for that 3 years, me, I'm sure I don't think I can say it briefly in a session like this, but I believe I have grown. I have grown from my youth, my mental attitude that I had against teaching, and I thought, teachers is for people who do not have other things to do. These days, I respect teachers. I love talking. I am involved in very many forums of teachers, and I've come, in fact, the other day I was telling them when I was preaching, that teachers are the people I love talking to because, number one, they are very calculating. Number two, they dissect because they are used to marking. You see, when you are marking, you're looking at what is right, what is wrong. So even when somebody is talking, even in a sermon, it's difficult to talk to teachers because they are weighing you. They are marking what you're saying. So as for the first 3 years, me, I believe I've grown. Teaching has made me wiser, greater, I believe. And I don't think I'm really ending the teaching because teaching is everywhere. I'm still involved in teaching in churches. I love teaching the Bible. I love teaching music. I love teaching many other things. So I don't think I'm ending as a teacher. Once a teacher, always a teacher. So it's not ending with this retirement. It's continuing.
So that's the plan after the retirement.
After retirement, you see, it's only TSC that is retiring me. God has not retired me. I'm still going to be very active. But one of the things I'd say, especially to young people, some of them, they come to teaching as a way, a transition to something else. When you come with that attitude, there's no way you can deliver. There's no way you can be of help to the student. There's no way you can even be effective as a teacher. You come to teaching as a job, as a profession, and as a career, and also as a calling. If your heart is not in it, I would suggest that you leave it aside. Because here, you see, you are dealing with human beings. You are not dealing with machines. You're not handling objects, you're handling human beings. And students, for instance, will always tell this person, their heart is not in it. Therefore, even before you reject them, they will reject you. But once you come into teaching and you are coming to it to do a good job, you will love it. You will love it, you will create friends even among your students, you will create friends among your colleagues, and it is a very enriching. These days, teaching is not easy to get. If you've been following what has been happening even in the country, sometimes you'd have a slot, like recently we had a slot here, just I think something like 5 slots. And the number of people who came to be interviewed were many. So even today, getting this job is not easy at all. Yeah. So once you are lucky enough to get a job in teaching, please thank God for it and apply yourself to doing it well. And do it not just for your money, for your pay, do it also unto God. The Bible says, whatever you do, do unto God. Don't be a man pleaser or an eye pleaser, checking whether the principal is around so that you can go to class. No. Go because it's demanded of you that you deliver.
Yeah. Do you have any other closing remarks?
Closing remark. I would just say, this interview, strangely is coincidental. It has come on the last day of my sojourn in this school. Today is 25th of July. Yeah. I'm taking what I may call a terminal leave. It's internally arranged in consultation with my principal. So I'm just going to take some 1 month leave, then just come to clear with the school on 24th of August, 23rd of August. So to me, it's a great interview. To me, it's a great opportunity for me to be able to try and distill my thoughts about the things that I've been able to go through these 3 years. And I feel that it was so coincidental, but I believe it's God that planned it. So that if I may encourage somebody out there, somebody who has a negative attitude to teaching, somebody who thinks they are, maybe teachers who think they are just wasting time, whatever they are doing, I want to encourage all of you. Yeah. Please take it as a job God has given you. Deliver the best, because as a teacher you share your life. It's your life you're pouring out into other lives. So do it and know that you're not just doing it for money. Money these days is good in teaching. Let nobody tell you that there is no money in teaching. That is not true. In 1997 there was a big strike, and then it changed the lives of teachers forever. So we are paid well. But as you are paid well, please make sure that you are delivering the content, make sure you love your students, and make sure that you respect them. Once you do that, teaching becomes easy, it becomes enjoyable, it becomes great fulfillment for you. Yeah.
Thank you.
I am grateful also for this opportunity to be able to take part in your channel.
There is some kind of entitlement that comes usually with offices, but I must admit that Mr. Nicodemus, Mr. Kalugho has not effected an iota of such. He's been so open. Actually, most of the times we've operated from this office, a mere class teacher operating from the deputy principal's office. And so I find him a man who's so humble, so easy to interact with her. And as he transits from TSC to ministry outside there, because he's done ministry here in school, attending to us, giving us words of counsel and guiding us, mine is to wish you, Bwana Kalugho, all the best. And thank you for being a friend and a mentor to me and to many more others.
I'll come to clear in August, because that happens to be my birthday, 24th of August. That's when I'll complete 60 years of my life here on earth. So according to TSC requirement, I'm supposed to retire and go home and take care of cattle. And so, but today I just felt that I should just say bye. Go rest a few days at home. And these are my friends who came. They say they want to record me in my habitat where I've been working, what I do every day. They have been in the office. They have interviewed me. They have also interviewed a few of my friends. And so I said, Since 2 p.m., my big friends just wanted to come and say farewell. Wish you God's blessing. You've been a very good class, very attentive. Even in the chemistry lesson, that's why you're learning so well, because you're attentive. So I'm just wishing you well. Go well. Stay well in Islia High School until you do your exams, and then from there, I'm hoping that you're going to have a very prosperous life. Continue to remember us, continue to communicate with us. We are not dying, we're going to be around here in the world. Wherever we meet, just be able to say hi. You used to be my teacher in Islia High School. And I'm sure I'll respond well. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.